These cards came out when I wanted to do pick a card reading, but I feel that these cards are somehow belonging together, and this message is for specific people. And maybe it's not for everybody, I don't know. But if it feels like, and if it's resonating, that is a good thing. And if it doesn't, just don't try to make it fit. Just leave it for the people it is meant for. This feels like there is a something shifting in our love life, in our perception of love and of the things that are not working out. And this feels like we have a conjunction of Saturn and Ceres, and these cards feel like the story of Ceres and what is coming with it. And so I want to draw these cards first. And then I will say something about this story that comes with Ceres. Ceres is the goddess of agriculture, and it's a life-giving god. It's the equivalent to Demeter. And Demeter, the story of Demeter and Persephone is a story worth telling, because it is about the relationship of, on one hand, of mother and daughter. It is about the coming of age. When Persephone got older, she came of age to be married to a man. And in the story, Hades fell in love with Persephone because she was so beautiful. And he asked her father, that was Zeus, if he could marry Persephone. And Zeus said no. Zeus is the brother of Hades, right? And so Zeus said no, because he knew that her mother Demeter wouldn't give her up to the god of the underworld. And so that was nothing to think about. So they came up with a plan, and at one point Hades abducted Persephone, because he opened up the ground and then got her and moved her into his underworld. And Demeter, her mother, was really furious about this, and she threatened that she wouldn't tend to the earth, and she wouldn't give anything to nurture, and she wouldn't. So she threatened to if Persephone wouldn't give him back to her, that it would have really bad consequences for the nurturing of the world. So she sent, and Zeus sent Hermes into the underworld, because Hermes was the one who could cross the boundaries of the upper world and the underworld. And Hermes found something really astonishing, because Hades treated Persephone with respect and compassion and built her beautiful places in the underworld, so that by time Persephone fell in love with Hades. So what Hermes found was a radiant dark queen in the underworld, who was using her time to help spirits to cross over. And she was really falling, she was in love with Hades, so they asked her if she would come back, and she said, no, I don't. I want to stay with him here in the underworld. And Demeter was really, really angry about this, and so she amped up her threat to the earth, and at one point they found a middle path, and they came to the solution that Persephone would be in the underworld for half a year, and outside in the upper world, and in Olympus the other half of the year. And this, in this splitting of the year, there is the coming up of the seasons. In one part of the year, the fruits will grow, and in the other one they won't. And that's how the seasons came up. But why I'm talking about this is because it is showing up the Two of Cups in the area of a new love and a beautiful love and soul connection coming up, and the devil as that we often think about the devil as something bad, but it doesn't have to be like this. We are in this reality because the devil, if we take it in serious, the devil made it possible to materialize it, and so there is nothing always bad about the devil. It is like materialism. It is about making something tangible, and make it seen like the devil did with Persephone, right? Bringing something into the relationship, into the perception that she didn't know before. So when she went into the underworld, and that's what we can do in this moment when a new love shows up, that we can go into the underworld where we see our own purpose in a way that we thought was something really what I want to say, it's not dangerous, it's tempting. Like something was tempting, and we brought it into the connection with something bad. But it doesn't have to be, because it can be something where we bring ourselves into a situation and into our own purpose that is helping other people, like Persephone helped other people to cross over. And she helped the god of the underworld with bringing people from this world to this world and allowing them to cross over peacefully and find peace in the end of their life. So there can be something about that, right? It can be something that you have inside of you that is helping other people to deal with those things that we often connect to the devil. And the Ace of Cups is something that you offer that is really new, that is a new offer coming from the heart. And so this is something that comes up that is like a renewal. And when we see Demeter, Ceres and Demeter traveling with Saturn, maybe that was something where you felt restricted. This is like these cards are showing up as well, right? You are moving towards crossing this threshold, like the keyhole, to overcome a mountain that was in front of you. And this is happening in divine timing. It is moving forwards. You are moving beyond your limitations that showed up for you before this. And this would really fit beautifully to Ceres traveling with Saturn, because at one point she will cross Saturn, and this is a new cycle in your life that is about nurturing, that is about the connection of love and life giving and loss. Maybe even how you dealt with loss, how you dealt with the connection to your mother, even because it brought up Ceres and or Demeter and Persephone. So there is something really new coming up in the part of your life that is about love. And it brings up old beliefs about the devil. It brings up old beliefs about how something works out and something doesn't work out. And it changes your perspective about it, because it is not the devil. It is not what it seems to be. It's not like the abduction. It is, she fell in love, right? And so this is the new idea, bringing you into a new perspective, bringing you into a new situation where you can offer something from the heart, and where you can overcome your own mountains that held you back in moving forwards. That is really beautiful. So we have another card. Let's see what this is. And there you can see that we have these three symbol cards as well that show up like you are opening up the space for yourself. And it's the moment where you allow yourself to be in this space and not allow the walls to close into you. That is keeping up your space, holding your boundaries, and growing the space around you. That is really important here, because you have something to give, and you have to connect something that is normally found in spaces where people don't like to go. That is with the devil, right? Always coming with the devil. And there we have, that's beautiful, because we have the planets in here as well. We have Saturn, and maybe that is Demeter. Maybe this is Demeter. I don't know. So this is like traveling together, like being in the flow of this traveling together and connecting, like they are waving to each other. They are connecting in a way that connect these energies of these planets together. And I think this is Mars and this is Saturn. This feels like it. And they are connecting. And that is interesting, because Ceres is traveling with Saturn in Pisces right now, and she will enter Aries after she began a new cycle in her nurturing and loving way. And this is like being Mars. Mars is the ruler of Aries. So this is moving forwards. And when you have the idea right now that nothing is moving forwards, and you want to bring something into the world that is new about nurturing, it will come to fruition, because it will move forwards in divine timing, at least when she is entering Aries, because then it can move forwards, because it is a new cycle in this moment, and it will move forwards in the flow of the divine timing. And there we see the connection of two people that are divided by something. This can mean someone is reaching out to you, someone is connecting to you and offering you something. There is these two beings are walking towards each other, whatever that means in your life. Maybe you are separated in the moment from a person you really love, and this is like an offering to come back together. Maybe it is about you being separated in a way that someone is far away from you. This can even mean that this comes closer and closer to you. And so we have these beautiful cards like showing us that this new beginning is coming. It is coming in the place of our emotions, and it is bringing something really, really new. And it's unmarked trail. That is maybe a trail you never walked before. That would be something like this story that I told about Persephone and Demeter. Like, there is something that is like a beginner's moment, and we have the first breath, we have the beginner's mind. It is worth bringing it forward, whatever that is that you hold in your heart right now. It will be great to bring it forwards. And the revelation may be something, the story that I told about Hades and the devil. It is maybe the revelation about that is, it is not the devil. What you thought the devil would be is not the devil. Maybe it is something that is helping you to move forwards into the area where you want to bring really beautiful things into the world. Maybe it's the revelation about something that is really amazing, and that your thoughts about it, that your perception about it is something that you have to revise. Maybe it is about this nurturing part of Ceres, where she steps into the next phase of her life, where she can give from a different part of herself, where she thought it is coming from the devil. Whatever that means in your life, I don't know what that means, but I think you know. And if this doesn't resonate with you, it is not your reading, It is okay if it doesn't, because there can not always be your reading. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I do. So here we go, and we have something new to bring into the world that is changing your idea about the underworld. It's changing the idea about the loss, and even the loss, right? The underworld taking something from us, the loss of people, the loss of life, it brings something to you where you get the revelation, and where you know what to do next, where you can bring something into this situation where you show up for your own purpose. So that is really beautiful. I want to have a couple of tarot cards to see what that means for you in the next phase when this happens, that whatever that is that changes your life. And I think it's really changing your life, because we have this devil card that I had the channeling that it isn't a bad thing, right? We often are afraid of the devil. We often are something that we think the devil is something bad, but maybe it isn't. Maybe it's something different, as Persephone found out when she was there and when she fell in love with him, and when she realized that her purpose had to do something with this moment of loss. And maybe that is where your purpose is lying, helping people with dealing with losses. Maybe it is about dealing with things, with addictions, for example, helping people to deal with addictions, helping people to deal with their own entrapment, helping people with their own distorted frequency, right? It is like helping other people to help them with their own distorted things that are happening in their life. And it's the Eight of Swords is interesting in this moment, because it is, like when I said, helping people with their own perception of themselves and their distorted perception of themselves. The Eight of Swords, this imprisoned bear, is held back by its own thoughts, swords. It's held back, and that's thoughts, right? Held back by his own thoughts about himself, not being the brilliant being that it is, seeing himself as trapped. And that is not the case. You are not trapped. And the sage is like this moment where you clean this idea out of yourself, right? It is cleaning yourself up from this old belief, from these old ideas of how we are entrapped, and getting your grip on your own mind, getting yourself into this new idea, right? And we have this, again, the Knight of Cups as someone giving again, getting yourself into the new idea of giving something again, and shedding your own skin to do so. Expanding yourself, right? This is what when we let go of the idea of the devil, when we let go of this idea of entrapment, we have to shed our skin to expand. And that's what's happening here. That nurturing, that your purpose in this life is something different than you thought it would be. And then to let go of the things that are there in this moment, and that are like holding you back, because they are like spilled, right? And there is something waiting for you up there, because there is a door up there. If you let go of the old things, how you dealt with things, how you held on to things, and this can even mean that you had a time in this recent past, you had a time where you had to shed your skin, where you had to let go of things, and this is the showing up for this, that this is happening right now, that you let go of things and let go of your own way how you held yourself back, and letting go of your own resistance, and letting go of your own idea of how you were betrayed, how you experienced the devil as something that was like competition, that was like a fight, you know. And this is a big shedding moment when the restriction of Saturn meets the nurturing part of Ceres and Demeter, right? This is the moment where the restriction, when they walk together for a moment and then she passes Saturn, the restriction ends, and your ideas about the devil, about what is good or bad or underworld or upper world or whatever it is, it ends. Because then you realize there is something that is beyond all of our beliefs about the devil, all of our beliefs about love, about giving, about nurturing, and that we need all of these things, the upper world, the underworld, and all of these things, that we need them. And they are not here to take something from us. They are not here to be always in competition. And we have the Shaman as the last card, and that is so beautiful, because it is the new beginning of being the healer. And being the one who is bringing something to other people that helps them to deal with their own emotions, that's dealing with their own beliefs about loss, about all of these things, about life, about love, and about new beginnings in our emotions. And this is the moment where you let go of all of your own resistance. You let go of your own beliefs about yourself and about the devil, where you realize there is no such thing. And your purpose is to embody this beautiful being that is the shaman, that is the medicine healer, that is showing up to bring its beauty. Look at the bird on his head, and look at this piercing look in his eyes, his or her eyes. This beautiful being that is looking through our own illusions, that is piercing through and can see all the things that are lying underneath. The belief about the devil, the belief about ourselves, the belief about our own resistance, our own way, how we show up in this world. And this is a new beginning where you open up the space for yourself, where you connect the dots, and that's the revelation, the unmarked territory. You don't know where you are going, and that's a good thing, because you connected all of these dots. And you experience the devil and the themes of the devil and the underworld as something that can nurture and give to other people. And this is your beginner's mind to give something back, to expand your own beliefs, and to step into the purpose of being a healer. This is a beautiful reading, collective, and this is a beautiful moment that can be difficult because it contains the underworld and our world and our illusions and our own perception about ourselves. But this is your moment to step into the next phase. And this is beautiful because it's the upcoming week where these two planets are traveling together and telling the story of the new beginning of Ceres, having a new cycle with nurturing and giving and being the life-giving person. It's the renewal of hope. It's a rebirth. And it's the upcoming abundance that you bring when you let go of all of the restrictions that came with the old ideas. This is your moment to step into your abundance and into this renewal and this rebirth. That's beautiful. Life-giving. It's life-giving. Thank you so much for being here and for liking and subscribing. And if this resonated with you, please leave a thumbs up, and I wish you an abundant week ahead, and that you can step into the power of this promise. Thank you so much, and I see you soon.